Hello, hello, hello. And we are live. We're starting a little early today because I really do want to get Chaos out the way. I know we skipped Norskin and Beastman, but we did finally make it to the end of the line. I just have no interest in playing as Norskin or Beastman. They're not my favorites. Not even likable, really. Chaos is just that migrating faction, and whoever survives afterwards, that's the winner.
Yes, bring the storm. There'll be a reckoning.
Let's see, what do I want to do? I would say my having enforcements, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's the worst idea I could have in here. Because I don't know what's going on this side.
My adoring
You can come this way and blow that up. Thank you. Because it is time for us to start splitting the armies up. That way we can cover more ground and get rid of them faster.
Who are these grotesqueries? Move!
Far beneath an archmage.
Never stop! A beautiful decision.
Should have everything we need. Oh, there's lightning strike. Alright, yeah. These two will come through this outer ring over here. Will come up through here.
Now is my time. Kelly.
I am Morathi.
I don't see anyone here, so
Yes, forged in blood.
as much as I don't want to, I really don't see anyone around, so I'm comfortable just burning up everything to the ground. Because we're not going to get our last 20 settlements from them. We're just not. I ain't mad about it, because it is what it is. And the elves are going to have a hard time trying to fight us now. Because there's chaos, there's fucking... There's everyone, there's someone for everyone around this place.
Unleash chaos.
And luckily there's no vampires around as well, so there's even less for us to worry about.
Chaos. Moving.
Our Chaos will actually come around this way, and we'll just keep making our way through that way.
It is corrupt. You have my promise.
Handsome and lethal.
Now they will see true power.
Yeah, we got... Where are you going? Oh, can you not make it over here? You gotta come around. Oh, you're the same way. Okay, I didn't
Kill
realize
them
that.
all.
You see, because this unit is standing right over there, I can't get to Lothar. Which sucks. I need to get into the sea. So we'll just, we'll play it by ear. So then what we'll do instead is we'll have these two come around this way. They'll be able to handle that, and then these two will come up through here. And we'll leave a lord to just stay in the back and fuck shit up. Because we're almost there. We may just have to raise a few more settlements, but it shouldn't take us long to get through Ulthuan. And
Despoilers come. Dominance. Despoil!
Invade!
There's a lot of armies here.
This is absurd.
Let's see, there's that,
Far
and then there's
beneath
whatever
an
that is.
archmage.
So we'll just come over here, I guess.
Yes!
Ravage them.
Oh, we could just do it like that. Get up. Oh! Alright, that was not the best idea I've had.
We will accept our
I foresee destruction.
Are you a god?
Need a boon. Destroy!
I'm actually gonna have them go in, because I've been auto-resolving, but we gotta fight a lot of these battles, because I can't have my Shaggers take too much damage. I think throughout this entire campaign, I've been fighting most of the fights. Like, there's very few where I don't fight the fights myself. Actually, I was so much about these guys. So the dragon ogres, right? They're mini Shaggets. Like this, there's this guy. Let's come a little bit closer. And this guy. That's funny. And these are more like a squad too. Scaly skin for the defense, causes terror. I wonder what the speed is on these. 64. They're slower. Definitely slower.
I go! Moving fast!
Yeah, they should be running. Regular spearmen, they should be getting destroyed right now. Not really too worried about it. We just need to make sure that we keep fighting. Should probably beat on that. There we go. Don't go too far away.
Going! I go!
I wish this yellow thing was like not in the way. Come on. What you got? I got check. Come on, don't run too fast. There we go. Army lost penalty. Chasing horses sucks, alright? It's truly too much of a pain. But they don't do a lot of damage to us, especially when they don't have enough like that. Like, maybe if they had a full stack of horses, that would be more of a pain.
Chosen of the gods. It is decreed by me.
We will be avenged!
Let's see, that one army should be able to handle these next 3 settlements by itself. But I'll send Kolak to come down and help out. I was watching the news about Ubisoft's new game and how they were using Black Lives Matter as a shady organization that's funded by terror in their game. And I always find Ubisoft to be funny because they are truly protected by nostalgia, right? I'm gonna explain what I mean. So they've made like a lot of games that I've played. You know what I mean? Like, I give Ubisoft like the nostalgia champion credit because they've made a lot of things that I've played that I've liked. I may not have liked the way they spend money, but you know. Oh, what's up, K12? Nah, nothing much. We're getting ready to finish up this campaign for today. We're going for a long victory by wiping out all of the elves. Hopefully. It's a little annoying though, because the elves, most of the armies that we're gonna fight have dragons and phoenixes in there, so it's like, oh yeah, they do have all that. I haven't even got the fucking. Look at this. Great eagles, dragons. If that ain't a pain in and of itself, I don't know what is. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the dragons first. So. Probably fight the eagles. Oh man, I severely underestimated how strong the eagles were gonna be. They're destroying these eagles. I truly did underestimate how strong those eagles were gonna be. I mean, overestimate. I thought they were gonna be annoying, and as soon as they landed on the ground, it was like, ooh, bird meat. Yum, and they started taking bites. Now, what was that? I was talking about Ubisoft, right? Yeah, so Ubisoft gets like the nostalgia pass, but after their whole string of recent controversies and stuff like that, I just find it like really disheartening to see how much of the media isn't talking about all that. Like, a lot of it gets swept up under the rug, like if you remember like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, how everyone was like, oh, they're sexual predators, they're monsters, and the whole 9 yards, right? And everyone was talking about it for months and months and months. But you look at Harvey Weinstein, right? And his case was just like put down. They were like, oh yeah, Harvey Weinstein's a monster, but we're gonna speak quietly about it. That's the effect of power. I'm gonna be real with y'all. That's the effect of having so much money that you can just literally do whatever you want. And I know people want to believe that we don't live in a world like that, but the truth is that we do, and it sucks because, I would understand if you worked so hard to have all this power to change whatever you want. But it's just like, it's like no one should have that much power. Because clearly everyone's just gonna abuse it. You know what I mean? I was telling my one friend, man. Hold on. My cats are being busy. I was telling my one friend, I was like, man, if I was born with a pussy, man, I'd fuck my way to the top. I would be fine with that. I'd be like, who's in charge? Arthur's in charge.
Now it's my turn. Slay.
Oh, Nate, good job. You are fucking killing everyone, assassin. You go. Let's get you over here.
God of mountains. I foresee destruction.
Yeah, whatever. Like, it's nice because we're just destroying everything by the elves, and they severely hate us. What do we got? 13 more territories left. Actually, I do want to see what it says.
You have no place in the great plan.
Oh, I'm gonna destroy some of their settlements. They look like they're doing good.
I foresee destruction. Fool! Deserves the dark
I don't want to, but I got to. Alright, so these two are gonna come up through
We
this.
shall weave the fates.
Handsome and lethal. Onward to destruction.
Go now. Now they will see true power. What? Onwards to destruction. Ah, the slaughter.
Honestly, I think it's a joke as to how much power people have in this world. Like, to be Jeff Bezos rich, it's like, really? Why would you want to be that rich? That's a target on your back. I'm fine. Like, I would be fine if I made, like, listen, right? So with my work experience, I've only ever made about, like, the most I've ever made a year was, like, 27K. 27. And and that was, like, 1 year. All right? Most of my years are normally between, like, 23 to 25. And I couldn't imagine what it would be like to just have 100K a year. Just 100K. I don't like not even 100K. All right, let's just say 75K in 1 year. That's 3 years of spending I've never seen before. Which is another reason why I do things the way I do things, because I know that in order for me to
Now.
you know, I want to make money, but I know that working for companies,
The slaughterer.
working for companies is overrated. All right, because they make so much money, but you don't see all of that money. I've worked for a casino, and I worked there for about 3 years, and I started off at EBS, so I was scrubbing toilets. I did heavy machinery as well, which is like the T300s and stuff like that. They say it's heavy, but it's not.
Ultimate
So-
sorcery. Sorcerer Lord.
Let me just put some of this in here. Come on, get in there. Gosh, I didn't mean to put my mage in.
I have mastery.
Okay, whatever. No, that's not
Bolt
fine.
of
I
change.
can't do that.
Sorcerer
So, no. 1 will be here.
Sorcerer
2 will
Lord.
be there. And 3 will be over here. So I worked at a casino, right? I worked there for about 3 years. And the first raise I've ever got for the casino was in my 2nd year. But because of my first year, I didn't get a raise because I ended up transferring departments to I went to a hospitality. I worked at the bar. So that pay rate went from $11.75 to $14.50, right? Which is fine. 14 is good money, and I was there for the first year. Alright, well, it would be the second year. But I worked there, and my I didn't get the raise because I jumped up, right? So when it was time for me to get the raise in my third year, right, they gave me a 10-cent raise. Now, maybe you... maybe that doesn't strike a lot of people, but a 10-cent raise, alright? What the fuck am I gonna do with 10 cents? And I gotta wait another year for my next raise. I've always, and that's what I mean. I think a lot of jobs are overrated because they want you to put in all this time and effort, but they don't want to pay you the money that you're putting in. You know, all the time that you put in, you're never gonna get that time back. It's not like one day. It's not like you're gonna come back and be like, oh yeah, I can just that whole year I put in, I can just get all 8 hours of those back. You can't. Oh, I gotta remember you are. Well, first off,
Mortals!
I want to kill those archers, so you know. Yeah. Ooh. The only thing about fast forwarding battles is that like it can be real easy to misclick. I'm actually gonna get rid of these dragon these regular dragon ogres. It's true. I've always believed that working for any company is not worth it because think about it, right? You could be at a company for 20 years and then they decide to fire you. When I was working at Walmart, right? We had a guy named Rob. He had been with the company for 20 years. A good friend of mine. We still talk. He writes horror stories now, and he works at. Oh, I forgot where he works at. He just got a new job at. Fine, but he's a writer. He's a writer, and. He was there for 20 years of his entire life, and they had fired him because I live in Buffalo, so sometimes the winters can be fucking crazy. All right, I do not say that with like. I say that like knowingly, like you can see a whole street 6 inches of snow. You ain't getting out of your driveway. All right, I've lived in Buffalo. I know how it works here. And one of the winters was really bad. I mean, like, really bad. Like, we were hit with blizzard after blizzard. Like, it would snow, and then, like, it would stop snowing, and before that last snow ever went away, new snow would come down to reinforce it. So, he ended up getting fired because he couldn't, he had too many lates. But during the time of the blizzards, you know, they're supposed to have this, this safety net for associates where it's like, oh yeah, you know, we waive your attendance, and the managers at the time were like, yeah, we waived your attendance, don't worry about it, everything's all good, until it wasn't. You know what I mean? And that's 20 years that he ain't getting back, and I'm really happy for him that he found something that he likes to do. Well, this is why I think working for companies is bullshit, because it's just working for someone else. They'll never treat you the way you want to be treated. It is what it is. The only way for you to really break the mold is to do something that you want to do and then just zoom in on that. You know what I mean? Like streaming, this is something I want to do. I do part-time short stories, but I only do it for myself because I want to get into the novel business of writing novels and stuff like that. And I've had a few like short stories that I wrote beginning chapters for. One of them actually is like 20 chapters in. But that's something I actually want to do, you know. And as a
I foresee destruction.
And I've been through a lot of places. I've worked at a lot of places.
Very well.
I've worked at, my first job was Tops. I was there for 3 years. I went to Family Dollar. Actually, I'm gonna describe to you my working. I'm gonna describe my work experience as if I was dating girls. All right. So my first girlfriend was Tops. She was like the girl next door. You saw her every day. You know, you thought everything was good. So you were like, would you like to go out with me? And she was like, yeah, come in. And we'll give you some money. We got a union. We're going to treat you good. And everything was all good until you met her father. Now, her father's name was Union Dues. And that motherfucker you would get your paycheck from Tops, and then Union Dues would go, hold on, let me see some of that. I'm just going to take my stash too. And my experience with the Tops Union was that it protected the lazy workers. Like, it never got rid of the people it needed to get rid of. But it always got rid of the people it should have never got rid of. Right? It basically defeated itself. So, I was working with Tops for 3 years. And next to my Tops, there was a Family Dollar, right? And, you know, Family Dollar was like that little bit of older, fiery girl. And she was like, yeah, you should come mess with me. So I was like, you know, Tops, I had our fun, but I'm going to go work at Family Dollar. So I thought Family Dollar was going to be great. You know, she always looked good. Things were going great. And then the makeup came off. And you realized that raises were a fucking joke. You had to work stupid amounts of hours for measly amounts of pay. And it was just a fucking joke. But I didn't go back to Tops. After Family Dollar, what did I do next? I believe I went to it's been a while. I've been working since I was like 17, all right? 16, 17. Yeah, no, I was working since I was 17. Yeah, 17. It was like my senior year of high school because I wanted to have money for myself to go on trips. So, who did I work for next? Because I left Family Dollar, and I believe I was... Oh, okay. I did factory work. So I worked at a place called Cat Plugs for another 3 years, right? I worked at Family Dollar for like a year or two. And then I went to Cat Plugs for about 3 years. And Cat Plugs was like the butchie chick, but she was cool as fuck. Like, she would drink with you and your boys, and she had stories to tell, right? So, and they paid you really good. The only problem I had with Cat Plugs was that I was a temp for about 2 to 3 years, and I always showed up. You know, my attendance was immaculate the first year, but they weren't interested in hiring people, and they just wanted to keep you as a temp. So I was like, all right, whatever. I guess I'm just stuck as a temp, and it took them about like 2 years before they hired me before they actually like hired me. Like, I stopped getting checks from Imagine Staffing, and I actually got checks from the company itself. And I ended up leaving that job because my shift fell apart, right? So we had a shift that was really tight, all right? I mean, like, we partied together, we hung out together. And there was some things that happened along the top, and long story short, you know, one of my best friends, my manager, he ended up having the company let him go, and we got a new manager who was sneaky as a motherfucker. And so, and as some of my other friends, they ended up leaving as well. Some of them went down south, and some ended up staying. And the shift was never the same, so I ended up leaving too after 3 years. Once I got my vacation, I put in for 2 weeks, and I never came back. And excuse me. That was Cat Plugs, and we worked 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. We had 4 days 1 week, 3 days. We worked 5 days because it was 48 hours 1 week, and then 32 hours the following week. So so you would have 2 days off 1 week. Yeah, so you'd work 5 days and then 4 days the next week. Yeah, so it was cool, but it wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I ended up doing inventory. So I worked with picks. Now Pix was like, we did inventory for top stores. So I basically went back. I went back to Tops, but instead of dating Tops, I dated her really hot cousin, right? And it was good at the beginning. A lot of things are good at the beginning but you give it about eight months to a year, and you're like, fuck this place. So we did Pix. We did inventory for a while. We would drive out to different Tops. Sometimes they'd be far out drives. We'd get there at 6. Sometimes we'd be done by 12, and if the store was really big, we'd be done by like 3. So things were going grand in the beginning, because what my manager at the time did was he liked to gas people up. The problem with gassing people up is that if you gas them up too much, you won't be able to deliver them what you gassed them up on. So he was like, so me and my brother, we were working together at the time, and we were like grade A counters, all right? They were like, if you count fast, you count accurately, we're going to give you pay raises depending on how you raise your numbers, right? For every item that you count. I was like, all right, this is cool. So we just got to keep counting good. We just got to keep counting fast. So we were doing it, me and my brother, we'd be knocking stuff out. We'd be like, bam, right? And then we made it to like 12. We made it to like 12 something, right? And so after and it wasn't like a continuous raise. It was like they gave us one big raise, and then it was like 2 or 3 months later he gave us another raise. But it brought us up to like 12 something, right? And our numbers were at like 300 around there. So then we started bringing our numbers up. So we got numbers like 400 and stuff and we got really high numbers for the most part. Even some of our other associates was like, they got used to it and they started getting up there. The problem was that they stopped giving out raises. So after they got us to 12, they kept gassing us up. They're like, yeah, you just got to keep doing a good job, keep doing a good job. And we did. We kept rising to the challenge, but the pay wasn't rising to the challenge. All right, what they were promising and what they gave us were two different things. And eventually we got into altercations because you know how some managers can be your friend and some managers can't? Some managers can't be your friend, all right? And what ended up happening was that the problems that we had outside ended up becoming inside problems. And so I left that company and I went back to a different Family Dollar because I was just like, I'm not about to stay here with all these problems that are going on, because there was a lot of problems going in and outside of the work life. And it was really difficult to separate them. So it's just like, yeah, snaky motherfuckers. So I just left. I was like, that's not what I want to do. So I was at I worked part-time at a Family Dollar as well, getting ready to leave because things, when you can see the story start to fall apart. That's what I saw. So, but I stayed there even though, and I was working so I got a job at Family Dollar just to protect myself. And lo and behold, we ended up leaving on bad terms. And so I stayed at Family Dollar. And I did have like a one-night stand with Price Right. I worked there for like 2 months, but Price Right wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, because my problem with Price Right was that it was like a Tops. It wanted to be like Tops, but it was as clunky as Family Dollar. And by clunky, I mean like a lot of the process that they have weren't smooth to be what they needed it to be. And I was like, yo, I'm good. Like, I was doing carts, and they had a janitor, but then they would ask me to clean the bathroom at times, and I was like, okay, whatever, once or twice is fine. But then they would get mad at me for not keeping up with carts, and I'm like, you have a store with 2 parking lots on both sides. So I have to go from one parking lot to the other parking lot, and no one ever uses the back parking lot really. So sometimes I wouldn't even pay attention to it, and then there'd be just like 10 carts, and they would get mad at those 10 carts. And I was like, you know what, I'm good. I don't care. So it was like a one-night stand with Price Right. It wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And then my next job was Walmart. Now Walmart, oh man, Walmart made me, like, a combination of Walmart and one of my exes made me the dick I didn't know I could be. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I started at, man, I know I should be playing, but fuck it, we going with story time. So I worked at Walmart for 3 years. I started at Lawn and Garden, and I worked there for about 6 months. My manager was Joe, really cool guy. He helped me to get my position as the hardware manager, because that's where I went to next. So I was the hardware manager, and then the next thing, and then like another 6 months passed, or it was a few months, but then they wanted us to close our store because we were going to go and become a super Walmart, right? Which is fine. You know, more they were promising more money and more hours and all that. Let me tell you something. Don't believe anyone who promises you more money. All right, just cut that shit out. All right. I wish they would stop lying to people about that, but don't believe that, right? So the way Walmart operated, right, especially as a super Walmart, is that they would give you a bunch of things to do that was to do by yourself, right? And then they would go do it by yourself, and good luck. That's the Walmart way, all right. And when I was working at Walmart at the beginning, I wanted to be an assistant manager until I worked with my assistant manager. She was great lady, and I saw the hoops that they put her through, and then the hoops that I had to go through. I was like, I don't want to be an assistant manager. As being an assistant manager is fucking crazy. And like, here's the thing, right? So I'm gonna give you a great example. So we have these we had these racks, right, where our department stuff would be in. So what they would want you to do is go through your entire department, count all your outs, right, every morning, and then you would go to the back and pick out what you need, right? All right. It sounds easy unless you're a service department. Most of my departments were service, so hardware I would make paid for people. So there were things I could get to, and then there were things I couldn't, because a lot of people like to paint. All right, I did not realize how many people love to just paint their house or repaint their house. So, you know, when I would ask to get like some associates, it took them a minute before they started giving me associates that could help me out, right? And then, you know, they would get mad at you if your associates weren't doing what they were told. But my thing is always, I work until 3. There's only so much I can do until 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? And then they started asking you to do more stuff. So then you would have to cash. Then you would have to go and do your reshops as well. They were like, you got to have all this stuff done before you leave. And then it would get, and then what made me really upset about Walmart, right, was my last couple of months at Walmart. We had gotten through the back to school season, and they had sat me down, right? Like, they didn't schedule me for a week, and I knew they didn't. And I told my manager, but I was like, don't even put me on. I'm just gonna take this vacation and call it quits and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because I need time off to center myself. Because it was a rough back to school season. Because here's what they told me, right? They told me I did not have anything to do with back to school, because at this time I was the department manager of fabrics and crafts, and they told me I didn't have to do anything for back to school, except I was doing everything for back to school. The person they had in charge, they were like, "No, Arthur, we need you to be in charge of this." So I was like, "All right, whatever." So I come back from my vacation, right? And they said my assistant store manager sat me down, and they were like, you're not working hard enough. You know, you weren't supposed to be doing anything. Why were you even at the back to school section? Now, mind you, I've been working at the back to school section, right, for like 3 or 4 months. It's not like it was one day. It was 3 or 4 months. They were like, your department has been slipping. And I was so mad and frustrated, because if you had a problem with me working in that department for 3 to 4 months, why didn't you stop me? Why did you wait until we got done with the entire season and then decide you want to start yelling at me. And furthermore, if I had nothing to do with it, why did I get written up for not having things done in the back to school session? In the back to school section, if it didn't have nothing to do with me? Doesn't make sense, right? And I was just so frustrated, and the straw that broke the camel's back was like, listen, we're gonna move. You need to either work harder or think about stepping down. And we're also going to take people out of your department and put them in other departments. So I'm like, wait. So first you're fucking me over and first you're telling me I'm not working hard enough. Then you're going to go and take away all my people. And I only had 2 people at the time. And I was like, you know what? I was so frustrated. Like I had to go to the bathroom. I was breaking down. And I was like, I need a minute because I can't deal with y'all. And you know, one of my friends, Roberto, who I was working with, he was like, yo man, you know, it's cool. I was like, yo dude, I need a minute. I need like 5 minutes. All right. And I was driving home and I didn't talk to no one for the day. And then I came in the next day and my manager was like, did you make your decision? And I gave her my 2 weeks notice. I was like, I'm done. I don't even give a fuck. And my last day, right? Like I was a fucking dick, yo. My last day, we have a store meeting that we do where they bring in all the associates, right? So they brought everyone to the electronics center, right? And you know, they're talking, and then my store manager was like, all right, does anyone else have anything to ask? I was like, yo guys, this is my last day. I fucking hate this place, yo. And everyone started laughing, and they were like, no, you can't. I was like, no, it's my last day. They don't want to tell you, but it's my last day. And the fact that these fuckers who I've toiled and who I've worked for so long couldn't even tell you guys that just goes to show how fucked up they all are. And I didn't do shit my last day. I didn't even do shit like my last week, all right? I was literally like on my phone just chilling. I'd put my feet up. They'd be like, Arthur, you gonna do this? I'll think about it. I mean, like, it's my last... What do you think I'm here to do? It's my last week. I don't give a fuck. So, I know. That was Walmart. I tell people wholeheartedly, I feel for the people who work at Walmart because they are a fucking joke. All right, from management, from the company down, it's a shit show. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing, running things. And then I went to Amazon. I thought Amazon was gonna be great. Oh man, Amazon's a joke. Don't let no one tell you otherwise. Amazon is a fucking joke. I was at Amazon for how long did I work at Amazon for? A year, I think. A year? Just about a year. If you ever have the chance to work at Amazon, don't. It's like I worked at one of their factories. And saying that they're a disappointment is giving them credit. All right, I truly want you to know, because there is a lot of work that you are responsible for. Here's some of the shit that Amazon would do, right? So you could pick what shift you want. You could work there for 4 hours, right? In 4 hours, that was your shift, right? So what they would do, and you would work 4 hours. They'd give you a 10-minute break, right? So what they would do is they would end the shift at 3 hours, right? And if you wanted to stay, you could stay. But because you're volunteering your time, you would not get a break. So you would have to work 4 hours straight, just fucking lugging packages around, throwing them down the belt, unloading the truck, whatever you were doing, you had to do that for 4 hours with no break. That's how fucking dirty they were. All right. I give it to Amazon. I don't know like what their business does, or like whoever taught them that, whoever thought that idea to just fuck over their employees is a fucking genius. Like sometimes I wish I didn't have a soul so I could be as heartless as these motherfuckers were. All right. And I always recommend people, I'm like, do not do it to yourself. Because I couldn't believe, right, that a company that is literally in the billions of dollars treated its workers that way. Treated its work, and I worked like there were times where I worked for like, because I what I wanted to do was my schedule. I would work like 3 to 7, and then I would work the 8:30 to like 12:30 shift as well. And I was just like, is this really what I'm doing? Is this what kind of fucking company is this? It's your own work. And you know what? They would be like, listen, don't talk to no one. You're not allowed to talk to anyone during your shift. If we see you're talking, we're going to move you to another shift. You're not allowed to talk. You're just here to work. You need to be scanning packages. And there are another one with the number game. Oh my god, fucking numbers. You need to have good numbers. Right? If you don't have good numbers, you're not doing a good job. Yo, I promise y'all, working for Amazon is literally hurting yourself. They're a joke company. And they were my second last job. And now, and my last job, right? And I know I got off the girlfriend bit for a minute, but I'm just like, there's no way to describe Amazon as like a girl. Because I wish I could say like she was hot, but she wasn't. You know what I mean? Like everything from her attitude to the way she treated you to the way she thought of you, everything was just fucking horrendous. Yeah, I'll take this defensive alliance. Why not? And I was like, wow. I was like, this is a fucking terrible place. And you know, like you would think that I would get tired of working for people, right? But nope. I love being abused. Let me fucking tell you. There is nothing like a good abuse to make me go, oh yeah, that was everything I ever wanted. Oh, let me tell you, I was not done with the abuse. I was like, give me more, Poppy. Come on, keep hitting me with that whip. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't even know where the 8. How did they get over here? I don't even fucking know how they got over here. Alright, that explains how they... Alright, so you gotta come back over here, Archaon. I'm happy I looked around. I'm like, how did he manage to make an army over here? That would make no sense. You gotta keep coming this way. I mean, it's fine, because the more territories they remake, the
even in death,
the closer we are to raising our territories down. Because what do we got? We got 10 more territories to raise. So, it's not that bad, honestly.
You need a boon? Wipe them out.
Yeah, whatever. We're not too worried about that.
You dare.
Come back this way.
Forward unto slaughter.
Need a boon.
Yeah, because we should be doing pretty... These two will meet up, and then they'll just block them off over here, and we should be golden. He's going to have to heal up, though, because this one I'm going to have to fight. That's a tier fight. That's going to suck to fight. I'm going to be assaulting the garrison for, like, the next 80 years with that.
There is only war.
That's an okay army, but they're... I just don't want to fight both of that at once. I cannot... Not with a Shaggoth army. That's going to be like this. Oh, I'm actually going to retreat from that. And then I'm going to lightning strike them and beat them one by one. And that's how that's going to roll down. So my last job, right, was a casino. I worked with the natives. It was their own casino. I thought they would be different from corporate America. And again, at the beginning, things were all right. Things were moving great, to be honest with you. I was fine with I honestly I was fine with the casino until, because here's the thing, right? At the casino, they had a company picnic, right, that you could sign up for, which was like every August. It was at Darien Lake. and then they had the
I foresee destruction.
and then not only did you have the company picnic, but they also gave you like a bonus.
Not even for you.
And you know, you got your vacation, of course, but then they gave you a bonus at the end of the year for like Christmas, right?
Are you a
And it was like they're, hey, thank you for dealing with our bullshit, right? Now here's the thing, right? At the casino, the reason I left the casino was because they gave me a 10-cent raise. Now let me explain what they base that off of. They base your raise off of your off of like a point system. It's basic. It's how to explain this? And the point, the system goes like, hey, you know, it's based off your attendance, you know, your customer rating, your employees, how your fellow employees, how they feel. Not your fellow employees, but more your managers, how much work they feel you do. It's basically, shit, I can't think of the word right now. Because it's like a rating system, right? Except the problem was that my rating system was really like you could get they give you a 4, right? It's out of 4, so you can get like anything from a 1 through 4, 1 being the lowest and 4 being the highest, and your raise would be based off of that. So you would get your raise, and then so my score was it was like a 3.4 or something, right? And I got and they were like, you got a 3.4 on your score, and I was like, oh great, you know what I mean? No, 3.4 out of 4, that's pretty fucking good, right? Unless I'm smoking. And apparently I was smoking, because the raise that entailed was a 10-cent raise. Like I was at 14.60. No, so it was a 9-cent raise, and they gave me like 14.69 for my raise. And I was just like, why would I? And at that point, I knew I had to leave the casino, because there was no way I was gonna stay at a place that was like a 10-cent raise is the best we can get. A 9-cent raise. I'm saying 10 cents, and 10 cents is being generous, right? Like, that raise was so low, I wanted to give it back to them. I'm like, yo, here, I think you need the money more than me. And, as a person who, I've been doing, like, Instacart and stuff to make money and keep money in my pocket, but I do not want to go back to another job. Before I left the casino, I was actually thinking about going into being a comic. But with all the things that's going on recently, you know, with all the killings, all the Black Lives Matter protests, you know, with all these things that are going on, I find it hard to be really funny, because I don't think funny is what we need. I think truthful is what we need. And which is another one of the reasons why I started streaming, because I just felt that, you know, I don't mind like trying to tell jokes, but I don't think I could go on a stage feeling as angry and, you know, frustrated as I do with our current system. You know what I mean? Like, how can I work for a company that literally makes billions of dollars and gives you a 10-cent raise and go, better luck next year? Like, what? It's a joke. And you know, a lot of people, and it's crazy to me, because a lot of older people, they go, you know, they have it good because they were like, I say that they were grandfathered in, because a lot of the bonuses that they have and stuff, they can't lose them, because again, they've been there for years. They've been there for 20 years unless they fire them, which is another thing that, you know, Walmart did fire my man, because he was making good money working at Walmart, and he was there for like 20 years. So they wanted to get rid of him to save some money. Corporations do that. Right? Don't let no one tell you they don't do that. And it's just like, you know, if you really look at it, what do you have to really save for? How are these guys shooting it? Oh, excuse me. I'm like, how is he taking damage? He is literally underneath the arch. Whatever. Yeah, they're just gonna try to chase me around. Whatever. Let's go. Let's do this actually. We're gonna try to corner them in. Oh good, they just ran away already. I gotta tell people, working is the poor man's game. It truly is, because if you want to stay poor and never be ahead, keep working. Like years ago, right? Like again, when I was at Tops, you know what I mean? When I was younger, the bonuses were actually good. You know what I mean? The stuff that they gave you, it was actually really good. You know, and I was working in like the early 2000s. That's when I first started working. But now everything is just so, it's such a joke, you know, because no one really wants to give you money for anything. No one wants to pay you for your time. Everyone looks at you and goes, how can we make sure to pay you as little as possible? That's the joke. That's what it is. They want to pay you as little as possible, as little as humanly possible. What can they get away with paying you? And it's so insane to me, you know what I mean? Because how can you want to have kids and have them grow up in an environment like that? You know, I always say that America is fucked up because of the environment that we put people in. You know, we put you in a dog-eat-dog world. Think about it, right? If you want to raise, right? If you want to make more money, right? You got to move up the ladder, right? That's fine. The problem with moving up the ladder, though, is that someone else is going to get screwed. And if you get screwed, it's because someone else moved up the ladder. Is that fair? You didn't do nothing but did your job. And then people go, oh, but the world isn't fair. The world isn't fair because a bunch of people think it's not their responsibility to make the world fair. If everyone treated each other fairly, I think we can make good headway on being just a little bit fair. Not even like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need y'all to be like not even just like a lot. I'm not asking you to fucking be a vegan. I'm just saying, you know, it's a lot of things that we say are hard are really not. We just don't put in the effort, or we get bogged down by the other thing that's happening around us. And it's true, there's a lot that goes on around us. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard. I was watching the Patriot Act, and Hassan Minaj put it in a great way. You know, it's hard to emotionally care about everything when your emotions are being put down every day. You know, who died today? How many people died today? What kid got shot in the face today? It's so hard to care, and I truly do understand. That's why even I'm at a loss as to how to make anything better, because I don't know how you do it. I don't know. You know, all I know is that I have to be responsible for myself. At the end of the day, I truly believe that everything starts with yourself. You know, if you are, even if you try to be just a little bit more responsible and try to be as truthful as you can to you, it'll help you sleep better at night. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they don't sleep good at night. They sit there and they don't sleep, and they make decisions that they're not proud of, and I can't help but look at them and be like, well, how did you think you were going to sleep that well if you went out your way and made a terrible fucking decision? It's tough. There's a lot of tough decisions that you got to make in this world. You know, and it's everyone does it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna compare. You know, who gets oppressed the most. I'm not gonna compare that. That's, you know, because I feel like just being able to say we all get fucked is a huge step. All right, it's a gigantic step compared to what we normally tell each other. or basics, whatever. Just kill this one.
Chaos Sorcerer! End them!
Come on, go that way. That's right, Shagus. Come do some stuff. I guess I can fight him. Who is that? Oh, that's Tyrion. Oh yeah. It's a good thing they're all in Force March too, so I don't have to worry about too much. Yeah, that's right. You keep doing whatever it is you're doing in that corner over there.
All will be despoiled. Charge! Very well. Ha! Give us ruin.
Good, that Phoenix is dead. He's casting spells over here.
Chaos come. Kill them all.
And we don't gotta worry about it because they're in Force March, so they already died. It was great for me. I look at it like this, yo. We're in the age of 2020. You know, there's a lot of skills that you can learn online. Like I didn't know Spanish when I was younger, but I've been teaching myself it, and I can hold like a basic conversation. I'm better. I can understand it. There may be a word or two where I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I look at the whole sentence, and that's the way I figure it out. And it's just like, I feel like my beginning mentality, is I try to warn people, you don't have to be stuck working because there's so much you can do. There's so many languages for you to teach yourself. There's so much knowledge that you can go out your way to go and learn. And then you teach yourself, and then you go and make money because it's your skill. No one can take that away from you.
The fates. Destroy.
Oops. Oh, that's... I don't want to fight that.
We do not fear death.
Good, no you don't.
What?
Oops. That's not going to come too close.
Even
Alistar is a
the
little
Law
scary,
Master
but
does not.
we should be fine.
Slaughter in your name. Slaughter them.
Oh, neat. He's making good headway over here. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, right, let me level up these guys. It's been a mean minute. He probably has a few skills. Yeah, he has a few skills he can learn. Like Flame Storm that I never use. We're also going to teach him Earthing, so he gets rid of that base chance of fucking up. Flaming Sword. Armor piercing, melee defense, base weapon damage, base missile damage. But this is only one person. This works on a group of people, so I'm okay with that. Again, that's really nice, but not what I want.
Herald of the Tempest.
Oh, you hit level 40? Good job. I'm proud of you. Yeah. You're level 33? Neat. Alright. If you can avoid working, avoid working. Save yourself the time. Find something else to do. Even college is like, ugh. College. Let's see. Pit of Shades would be nice, but I want you to have a Chaos Dragon.
your word.
Yeah, having the vampires on my side was a terrible idea. The thing is, though, like, Norska takes so long to take everything.
Ready! Climb the mountain! Let's be about this. Keep fighting!
Who are these grotesqueries?
Unwise.
What? Kill them all.
This one can actually fight, so I'm not too worried about that. I just need to make sure to just like crush that all out. That's the only army that's saving him right now, and that other army in the top.
I bring a tempest! I will rise!
There we go. Nothing but an army of Shaggots. Rissa could cast a burning head, but you know, we'll wait.
Going!
Now!
Oh wow, I killed the Lord already? Alright. That works for me. Their morale should be flying. These guys really fast, yeah.
At last! Carnage! So be it! Very well, fool!
There we go. And if I auto-resolve that next battle, I should be able to just crush it real fast. So not too worried about it. Because he might have won that, but now that my units were more healed up, you know what I mean? That's why healing is such an important factor. He shouldn't be able to make any dragons, so I'm gonna be super fucking pissed if he has the nerve to make any dragons, yo. Like, how did he make some dragons? That don't make sense. Oh, the cat is knocked out under the table. She's like, yo, this is a great spot. Leave me alone.
Let us go! Witness my beauty.
So now you know how to win the campaign as chaos, alright? Ooh, we can beat that.
Even the Lawmaster could not.
Forward unto slaughter!
I am mountain god. Forward unto slaughter. Mine eldritch eyes see. Let us corrupt. Ravage them. Unleash chaos. Invade. Despoil. I'll have this world.
Folly!
There'll be a reckoning. Never stop. Now the end times come.
Actually, no, we're gonna keep you in regular stance.
Herald of the Tempest! My lord Cinch agrees. Moving!
Well, I didn't want to raise that to the ground, but whatever. Things
Go
happen.
both mountains! Ravage them!
So what are we at right now?
Fool.
Desist.
Sense has fled with your bowels.
Kill them all!
Handsome and lethal. Who are these grotesqueries? Move!
Let's see. We need to raise 8 more settlements. So
Choose me, master. The eye sees, I move.
I am an Aryan reborn.
we only got 1 settlement left, so they're gonna have to make something out of something. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Come.
I wanted to raise it to the ground, but you know.
Catch me in a moment. For chaos, the gods direct me.
Bring my mirror shield. Shall we decant the wine?
Let us corrupt. Give me lightning. Direct me, dark gods. Dare. Asshole.
Oh shit, I didn't even know they had one army over there. Huh. That's good to know. That explains why he hasn't showed up yet. If I made like 6 more armies with just Jaggeds, we would be totally barking up that tree, but
Bow before the Lord of the End Times, mortal.
Feel my power.
oh, look at him come.
The storm of chaos now. The gods.
Yeah, I hate the fact that when I raise the settlement, like all my other movement speed's gone. Like motherfuckers, I can still move. What you doing? I can still move.
The spoilers come.
There we go.
I will acquiesce. Moving!
Need a boon.
There we go. How much?
By the eldritch I see. I foresee destruction.
Let's see, because we should be at 7. So we need 6 more settlements to raise. That's fine. We should be good. 'Cause that guy's got it. Yeah, he's got to take something. 'Cause right now he's just taking attrition for being broke. They don't have no territory. See, when you take all the computers' land, they're like, man, now we can't even fake being having enough money to make all this stuff. Man, the vampires are just... I should have let them get wiped out or something.
Greetings.
I should let him get that settlement, but you know, whatever.
I am Slanesh's scion.
I'll move, I suppose.
Please, I need some money. Gives me the money. Yes, you creepy chest.
A worthy choice.
We shall weave the fates. Never stop. Yes. Sirius eye guides me. It is decreed by me. Onward to destruction. Onward to destruction. I'll slaughter in your name. There is only war.
Next, we're almost done.
The gods of chaos.
Let them take whatever settlement they want to take, and then I'll just burn them all to the ground. And then we're gonna start fighting the lizardmen. I don't know what race I want to play next. Like, I've really been itching to play as the Skaven again. It's been a few weeks. See, what I like about Total War is that like when you play as one faction, even if you only do like a few hours, that's still like 4 days. Like it literally feels like it's been a month since I played as Skaven, and it's probably been about that long. I was like I said before, not earlier in this stream, but you know I've been playing as an elf campaign, so.
You need a boon? Go now! You have my promise. Fool! The gods direct me!
Moving, father. Onward to destruction.
Have my promise.
Oh, I should have given him one more shot. Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
My lord Sinch agrees. You dare. Choose me, master. Bathe in battle. True chaos awaits. Moving now.
Shit, I knew something was off. And everyone's declaring war on Grimgore's hard boys.
Bow before the Lord of the end times, mortal.
I think that was a non-aggression pact, right? I don't know.
Colex Sanita. Yes, bring the storm. I foresee destruction. Now they will see true power.
Ready. The Dark Prince wishes.
Avert your eyes.
My adoring hordes agree.
Witness my beauty.
Now is my time. You dare! Let's be about this. Let us corrupt. Yes, yes. Go now.
Alright, I think next turn is a really good time to start attacking these guys.
Fool.
I think next turn is when I'm going to start declaring war and stuff on these people. Because we just got to wipe out like 6 settlements. That shouldn't be that hard.
The Eye of Shirian. Yes, bring corruption. Unleash chaos. A storm of chaos gathers.
Man, why do you run all the way over there? Sometimes I don't be understanding this computer. I feel like, where are you running to?
Hail the slaughterer.
Yeah.
Wipe them out.
You dare.
A beautiful decision.
What? Yes, forged in blood. We shall weave the fates. Forward unto slaughter!
How many? 2 more settlements. We could find 2 more settlements to blow up. What I need to do is make some more playlists for my last couple of campaigns. Because I try to keep all my campaigns in like a little playlist that you can just watch them if you got the time, or just play them in the background when you're doing something. I'm not mad. Every little bit helps.
The gods direct me.
Are you a god?
Oh, listen, man, that's what I'm
Moving! Fool! Bring ruin! Spirits of Morka, now in times come.
That's gonna be a bitch to get through all those dinosaurs.
We shall weave the fates.
Ooh-wee.
Onward to destruction! Now is my time. Slaughter them! Bathe in battle.
I think we found our 2. Yeah, I have no clue where the lizard men are. They might be further to the south. That's always possible.
Your abasement pleases me.
I already fed you, so don't give me that shit, alright? Freaking crybaby is what he is. All he does is cry, 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 cry. And I'd be like, why? Why won't you shut the fuck up for me, please?
Handsome and lethal.
Shall we decant the wine?
I'll have this world. I am the chosen of the gods.
Alright, let's do this.
You dare!
Last battle.
The gods direct me. In vain!
Let's go. Destroying Lustria should make me very happy. Yeah, this is the only thing though. Whatever. There's only one door in.
My master's call. My glory hungers. Bring corruption.
Oh, that's big. Alright, let's see what we got. Bitter Shade. Bitter Shade should be really good at that. he's not even there. I was pretty much like, come on in guys, just get in here. End battle.
I foresee destruction.
Here we go. Campaign complete. Victory. In the world of chaos. A time of heroes. An age of war. You have overcome every challenge laid before you and faced on every foe bent upon your destruction. This strange and dangerous realm, riven with battle, bloodshed, and slaughter, twisted beyond sanity by the warping power of chaos, has seen the foundering of many a mighty empire, yet yours remain triumphant and unconquered, victorious in defiance of all. Yet your empire is not one of petty territory, rather it is an empire of blood and chaos, where mighty champions rise and fall, striving ceaselessly against each other for the favor of the dark gods. And at their pinnacle you stand, mighty and unvanquished, Lord of all, and most favored by the gods of chaos. I like reading those things out loud. I could be a narrator. You need some audiobooks? I got you, yo. I don't know if I could just read straight for like 10 hours, but I can do it. I can learn. I can do anything I want if I put my mind to it. Yep, no capital because we're a horde. So I actually didn't make a campaign. Let's see, 190. Turn 190. 18 buildings constructed. Missions completed. War declaration is 42. Yeah, I don't have a trade agreement with anyone, so it doesn't really matter. But you can't trade with anyone because you're a horde unit. Yeah, we got so much money from just looting and sacking. We don't really raid a lot. Even the horde buildings there. Why would it ask me for Pirate Cove? Current army is 5. Total armies established 4. 6. I only lost 5 units. That's funny. Probably total. Oh, Resolve 90. It does not feel like I auto resolve 92 battles. It feels like I fought 92 and auto resolve 49. Yeah, and all of them were fucking siege battles. Oh yeah, 0 defeats. I didn't lose anything? Well, no, I only fought the battles that I was supposed to fight. Yeah, I didn't even use a lot of heroes either. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I know it was kind of short, but I really just wanted to finish the Champions of Chaos campaign and get that out the way. We're not going to start a new campaign today. Definitely not. I mean, I don't know who I want to play as next, to be honest with you. I might do the Eye of the Vortex.
I fight for the greater good.
Maybe, we'll see. We'll see, maybe we will. Because who we should be playing as next is
Lord
Teclis.
Master of Hoeth.
Yeah, we'll think about it. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll look at the comments for this video tomorrow to see if they want the Mortal Empires of the Eye of Vortex.
I
know I was
Tyrion, heir of
I know,
an
like,
we can achieve much together.
let's see, who I really want to play as. I don't really want to play as the elves because I'm already playing as them. I do want to play as the Dark Elves, and more specifically Morathi. I would love to play as her. Or I would love to play as Ikitclaw. Because Ikitclaw or Deathmaster Snake. One of those two. Those are the only ones I'm really interested in. Like I said, Citra is my favorite Tomb King. I don't really care for playing as these other three, so. And Grum Brindle's pretty good. I do want to try, though, Grum. I do want to play as Grom. I don't know. I don't think we'll go to another Greenskin campaign though, because let's just say it took about a week for this. Let's say 5 days. No, we'll say a week for each. A week. Even it's been like a month and some change. It'd still be too close to play as the Greenskins. But we'll decide tomorrow. We'll think about it, and we'll decide if we want to do the Eye of Vortex tomorrow. Think about that too. So, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Also subscribe if this caught your fancy. If you want to see more Total War videos. Why are you sleeping on my sandal? I wouldn't have stepped on you if you weren't. Are you yelling at me? Don't be yelling at me. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do next time. I'm feeling either the Dark Elves or the Skaven, more specifically. But if I play as those, I don't want to play the Eye of Vortex. Because Vortex missions are terrible. For what they do. But, yeah, we'll call it quits here, guys. So, thanks for sticking with me through this long haul. Hope you're all entertained. I hope you all enjoyed my little rant about how shit be fucked up and I don't understand. Man, that was a rhyme. I could do magic with that. And, that's it, yo. Other than that, peace.